Hi guys, so I just want to make you aware that your math goal of this week is students will compare fractions using fraction circles and area models. We were just getting into using those fraction circles before we left, and area models are just any picture you can draw to represent a fraction. So whether it's fraction strips, fraction number lines, fraction circles, anything that you can use to represent a fraction. So today you are doing day one of a Freckle inquiry-based assignment, just like you did with Big Cats and How to Pass a Bill. And this one is all about a box office. So a box office is a place where you can buy tickets, and this one is all about buying tickets for movies, okay? So before we get started with day one, I want you to watch this video just to kind of refresh your memory and learn some ways that we can compare fractions, okay? So the goal of day one of the box office is students will be able to compare two fractions with the same with the same numerator or the same denominator by reasoning about their size. So let's remember that the numerator is the number on top of the fraction and the denominator is the number on the bottom of the fraction. So let's take a look at 2/6 and 4/6. So take a second to think, do these numbers have the same numerator or the same denominator? Good, you should have said that they have the same denominator, and that denominator is 6, okay? So we have 2/6 and we have 4/6. So let's take a look at what this looks like in an area model. So our wholes are the same size, so we know that we can compare these fractions. And here we have 2 out of 6 pieces shaded in, and here we have 4 out of 6 pieces shaded in. So which fraction is greater? Which fraction circle has more shaded in? 2/6 or 4/6? Good, you should have said 4/6. So 4/6 is larger than 2/6. So we can compare fractions with the same denominator by knowing that they have that the whole is broken into the same amount of pieces, and whatever number is the bigger numerator is the larger fraction because the denominator is the same. So 4 is the larger numerator, 4 is larger than 2, therefore 4/6 is greater than 2/6. Now, if we want to think about comparing fractions with the same numerator, let's take a look at these two fractions, 3/4 and 3/10. So we know that the numerator is 3 because it's the number on top. So we have 3/4 and 3/10. Now, the denominator is the number of pieces that the whole is broken into. So here we have a whole broken into fourths, and here we have a whole that's broken into tenths. Before I show you the area model, I want you to think, which pieces are going to be larger? The whole broken into 4 pieces or the whole broken into 10 pieces? Which of those pieces are going to be bigger sized pieces? Good, you should have said fourths. Let's take a look. This circle is broken into 4 pieces, so the pieces are larger. This circle had to be broken into 10 pieces, so the pieces are way smaller. So 3 out of 4 large pieces is going to be greater than 3 of 10 smaller pieces, okay? So 3/4 is greater than 3/10 because the tenths are way smaller pieces than the fourths. So I want you to keep that in mind as you're focusing on day one of our inquiry-based assignment. So the key information you have is each of Royal Cinema's 4 200-seat amphitheater style theaters will show 3 screenings of each movie. So that's just saying that each theater can hold 200 seats, okay? And they're going to show 3 screenings. So far, the following amount of tickets have been sold for the first showings. 3/4 of the tickets for Triple Glory, 2/4 of the tickets for A Boy's Life, 2/5 of the tickets for It Could Be Worse, and 3/5 of the ticket for Planet Ice. So you want to think about which movie is going to be the most popular. So the questions that you're trying to answer today are which movie is the most popular of the 4, and what is the order of the 4 movies in terms of popularity? Most to least popular. So here you can see that 3/4 and 2/4 have the same denominator, and 2/5 and 3/5 also have the same denominator. On the other hand, 2/4 and 2/5 have the same numerator, and 3/4 and 3/5 also have the same numerator. So think about which way worked best for you to compare these fractions and get to work. Good luck!